And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Snow White got the lowest rating in all of Disney history with a 2.3 on IMDb.
No longer 1937. It's not going to be saved by the prince. He's not going to be saved by the prince.
All over the internet, these actresses, the show, the premise, are getting memed. Like this one, they're trying to convince you this is the most beautiful girl in the world. Because the premise of Gal Gadot's character is to ask a mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all, and they show Snow White. But people are saying that Gal Gadot looks far more attractive than this actress, whatever. And then there's the whole controversy with the Seven Dwarfs, and Peter Dinklage, whatever. And the trailer got 1.4 million downvotes, whatever. And then there's also the chat music of the trailer.
If I saw this movie on a plane, I would still walk out. This trailer makes me want to sit on the TV and look at my cow.
And there are even people saying that the final ending is just a P. Diddy white party. Watch.
Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. Guys, we gotta talk about something dear to my heart. The disdain that I have for women. That was a joke. For those who know me, know that I am one of the most women-loving misogynists in America. I'm trying to tell you, son, I'm one of those guys that really want to see the downfall of women, but still find them visually attractive, right? But the woman we're talking about today isn't that visually attractive. Don't get me wrong. If push comes to shove, if she do it at me, I'd probably definitely catch it. You know what I'm saying? Rachel Zegler, aka Snow White. You guys know where this video is going. It is a box office bomb. At the time of the recording of this video, I think right now Snow White has domestic revenue of what 43 million, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be higher by the time this video is uploaded. I don't know. But you guys should know, for a Disney movie, that is abysmal. And that's why I had to make this video, because this is beautiful, beautiful stuff. Because Rachel Zegler is the same one that saw Snow White and thought of it like this.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince, or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, the moment she said that, I was already like, I don't know. You know, a lot of people's coming out getting mad saying like, yo, she's not even white, right? You would think Snow White should be a straight up Caucasian woman. And I'm looking at Rachel Zegler and I'm just like, she's not white. I don't know. What race is she, son? Like, she might be Hispanic. I'm not sure. Middle Eastern? I don't know what the hell she is, man. But all I know is this. Snow White in the story was supposed to be more attractive than the freaking queen, right? You're supposed to look. Snow White was so pretty that the queen got scared. Like, yo, hold up, bro. This hoe might take the throne over me. So she might really be a problem. So everybody might say she's cuter than me. And when I'm looking at Rachel Zegler and the women, Godot, whatever her name is, I'm looking at them and I'm just like, yo, you had nothing to worry about. Like, what do we?
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be
yeah.
saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign. Yeah.
The good thing about putting that woman Godot in there was the mere fact that it seemed like her and Rachel didn't like each other, and I feel like that plays perfectly. So it was like, I guess when they go into the acting, they really see it as like, oh yeah, these people is not banging. Maybe it's one-sided, I'm not sure, because you guys know they have different political views. The woman Godot, I think she's, she's the Yamaka people. You know what I'm saying? She's one of those. I can't tell. I'm just over here guessing I don't know what race anybody is anymore at this point. So I don't know. Is the Yamaka people, is that a race? Somebody get me hip. Is that a race? I'm not sure. Is that a race? Zegler doesn't like the fact that, she's pro Yamaka and whatnot. And then the other girl, Zegler is pro the other group in the Middle East. I don't want to say their names. I don't know what YouTube feels about this stuff. So you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know the Yamakas and the other, Allahu Akbar stuff. I don't know what Allahu Akbar means. I'm not dropping this video.
Welcome, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot.
Visual effects push the boundaries of what we see on screen.
Their work makes the impossible seem possible.
With breathtaking ambition, they create magic that wraps its arms around our wildest imaginations.
Here are the nominees for Best Visual Effects.
Even in that clip right there, they didn't even really look like they was really banging with each other. Because most times, you guys know, because this was Oscar 2025. Most times when celebrities come out and present an award, they usually like to play a little jokey with each other, try to make some jokes and stuff. Just try to make it playful, make some laughter in the audience. But you can see that they're not really doing it. They're like straight to business. And by the way, is Rachel Zegler like 5'2" or something like that? I'm like 5'2". Is that really that short? I guess that is short. My wife is 5'3", so I mean, she's pretty short. I just feel like the energy was off, and it could also be, I don't really care for Rachel myself because she was out here talking about anybody who voted for Trump. You're pretty much, before a big movie, your biggest movie of your life drops, I don't think it's the smartest thing to say these things to half the country, especially when Trump won the popular vote. Now you're scaring people from going to watch your movie. I find myself speechless in the midst of this, another 4 years of hatred leaning us towards a world I do not want to live in, leaning us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in, leaning us towards a world that will force her to have a baby when she doesn't want, leaning us toward a world that is fearful. I shouldn't be this shocked, but I am. I am heartbroken for my friends who awoke fear this morning. And I'm here with you to cry, to yell, to hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. This loss should not have been, and it certainly should not have been by so many votes. I echo Ethel Kane's statement more than anything. May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. Oh my God, the feminist BS. Golly, that's sick. Like, why would you do that? Like, wait for the movie to drop, make it go for 3-4 weeks, then say that BS. You don't just come out and say that. And now you know the supporters gonna be like, yo, we're not about to support you. As you can see right here, like, people were making jokes that they were able to get easy tickets going to watch this damn movie. It was no problem. It was empty hotel rooms. Empty hotel rooms. Empty movie theaters, right? Might as well be an empty hotel room too, right? No, empty hotel rooms don't make sense. What am I even talking about? I mean, let's be honest. The movie had no chance in hell. All right, definitely had no chance in hell. They had to go and change. The movie was supposed to be released like 2 years ago, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken, or at least a year ago. They had to keep going back and changing things up because Disney was going too woke, and they realized like, holy crap, this girl, Rachel Zegler, is messing up our movie, that's going out there spewing a whole bunch of BS, and she's trying to destroy this. And we put a lot of money into this. But I have to blame Disney also, because they were the same ones who instead of having the 7 doors, they decided to have the 7 mystical creatures. You know how wild that is? They had one dwarf. They had a freaking black woman. I was like, yo, why is there a woman? Like, how does that, how do you put that into the story? This is the thing. Like, you want to get diverse to the point that it starts destroying the whole story. Right? You don't want to go too off the rails and make it a whole completely different thing. This was about to be some feminist BS talking about cuz she didn't even want to be with the damn man no more. She wanted to be empowered. She wanted to be a single queen, son. She wanted to just be in that joint rolling with Iron Fist. She trying to be like her mom. Because at least the king was married to the mom. The king died. You know what I'm saying? Then the mom came in that joint, became, you know, queen and everything. And I don't know, feminists. It's like it's a beautiful thing though. All across the board, low ratings. When it first, when the pre-screenings came out, they already knew that it was going to be bad because the pre-screening numbers were very, very low. A lot of people weren't watching it. So you already knew it's probably going to be a flop. And then the ratings, Rotten Tomato, IMDb, all these ratings is low. And it could be situations that a lot of people just hate on Rachel Zegler to the point that they're like, screw it. Let's just give it bad reviews, even though the movie might be all right. I haven't watched the movie myself. I plan on watching the movie once it gets on like Disney Plus or something like that, because I ain't about to go spend tickets to go there and watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping they did a decent job. I'm hoping people are just hating on it, and it really is decent. But a lot of people are upset though.
I am not exaggerating when I say Gal Gadot gives one of the worst performances you'll ever see in your life in Snow White. I just watched the movie, so here's my full thoughts on the best and worst parts of the film. Like I said, we have to start with Gal Gadot's acting as the evil queen in this movie. No matter how bad you think she's going to be in this film, multiply it by 100 times and you'll still be undershooting it. Legitimately horrible. I was legitimately trying not to laugh at every word she says in this movie because it feels like she's in a parody film compared to everybody else, and don't even get me started on her couple songs she has in this. Oh my god, it's bad. And sadly, even when you're blessed enough to not be watching Gal Gadot on screen in this movie, you're probably going to be looking at these CGI dwarfs on the film. I can't believe Disney went through with this. It looks so unbelievably uncanny. I saw somebody compare the animation to like the Polar Express. It's so accurate. But don't you even worry about it. We do have an emotional arc for Dopey in this film. Now, to be clear, I don't like the original Snow White movie either, so I'm not mad that this film tried to expand on some character arcs and just expand on this world a little bit, but everything just feels so useless, like it's just unnecessarily padding the runtime to make it longer. I think Rachel Zegler is innocent in this movie. She's like the only person in the entire film that can actually sing, like Waiting on a Wish, and a few of her other songs were actually very good. But even then, there's only so much she can do when she's acting with either fake CGI dwarfs that don't exist, CGI animals that don't exist, Gal Gadot, and then like 3 real humans in the whole movie. It gets a 3 out of 10.
This was the first time I went to watch Disney on Ice. It was for Snow White. Snow White, son. And it was a great Disney on Ice. I was like, what, 5 years? No, I wasn't 5. Like 8, 9, or 10, around that age group. But I was very excited to watch that thing. After I watched that, went home, watched the original cartoon, and I went to bed. Feeling happy, feeling grand. But I don't know if this is going to be the thing. One thing I have to say, we got to stop doing all this race swapping and all this other BS, bro. Like, make your own characters. Make the characters, like, just keep it like that. Keep it simple. Make sure that people aren't trying to make things too woke. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. You know what I'm saying? I understand there's characters like Miles Morales. People don't really care about Miles Morales. I don't even know the backstory of Miles Morales, but he's black, Afro Latino. That's pretty cool, I guess. You know? Isn't there like a woman Hulk? She-Hulk? No one really likes that She-Hulk either. Damn. It really sucks. Hey, it is what it is, though, man. I'm hoping for the worst for this movie, and I'm hoping Disney loses a lot more money. And yeah, I think it's a great day. It's a great day to be a misogynist that hates on feminists. You know what I'm saying? Right, but let me know what you guys think about it. Have you guys watched the movie? Let me know below if you think it's all right, if you think it's overblown. I'm definitely interested to hear what you have to say. And that's all I got to say. Peace and blessings, ugly mofos. And I'm out.